What's going on, everybody? Real quick, I'm just gonna run down the numbers of the week because I feel like that's been easier for me. I'll start off with the energy of the month too. So the energy of the month, it's 6, right? So we already know 6 has to do with familiar things, familiarity, habits, and family. All these things correlate communication, uh, some way, shapes, and forms, traveling in your space, right? So uh that covers the month's energy, right? Your values. So also, yes, it's Cancer as well. So deep things, even on your subconscious, right? And who you really are. So I'm gonna start with yeah. So for this week, start off with today. Oh no, I did today. Tomorrow, excuse me. So June 6th, 5th, excuse me. June 5th is a 9 day. 9 day is the philosopher, the end of cycles. End of cycles, I always keep it with that. That is a pretty good thing to put it on. So when it comes to you as an individual and uh, and the mind and what you have decided to, how you decided to categorize or justify or put just on certain thoughts and ideas, or what's the word, compartmentalize. That sometimes is seen as escapism, when it comes to certain signs, but I don't mean it in that way. I just mean like being able to see in a way, separate and see what is for you and what is need to move around and be gone, gone and forgotten is what I'm getting. So yeah, that's for June 5th. June 6th is a 1 day, or a 10 day actually, but 1 day, and 110, very Aries like, has to do with new beginnings, taking the first step, experiencing um, you and yourself and you in your new surroundings. So with this energy, you have 19. So you as an individual and the things that you have let go of, right? Or built on, you are experiencing in this time, right? Uh, Also, new time, a good time to start new things. Uh, I have been starting new things, with being able to teach people, um, natural medicine and herbalism and training and things of that sort. So, yeah. So, with June 7th, June 7th is a 2 day, right? So, 2 or 20, 2 has to do with your reflection, your emotions, the things you've been feeding in. All right, so from yourself, you as an individual, and the things you've been feeding, right? Probably a good day to pay attention to your emotions and what you are feeding. Period. From your thoughts, right? What is feeding you, right? What is the thing that you see as reflecting you, right? So, yeah. June 8th is a 3 day with 21 influencing energy. So 3 has to do with communication, surroundings, and things that like it's the baby. It's from the thought, from the masculine thought and the feminine feeling coming together, mating and having and creating, right? So what have you created in your space from the thoughts and the emotions that you've been feeding? And communication, right? There's definitely possibilities for things to really be communicating with you, what you, as a reflection, right? As a reflection from that thing or that person, place, or thing that is in your surroundings, from your decisions, be reflected back to you. So pay attention to that, right? Pay attention to certain little things that people are saying or doing in reaction to you, or and that doesn't have to do with just that day. It has to do with how you guys been interacting, period, right? And that does mean people at your jobs and whatever, right? Family, of course, etc. Right? I'm getting a big thing with jobs. So we have June 9th. June 9th, actually have master energy in it, 22. And yeah, 4 energy, right? So big on creating, building, creating things around you and building. I say real big on that. So because 22 is that master building number, right? It's different from the 11 because 22 also have the influencing energy of 4, which is very big on, it's the I call it the, well, and shout out to Dodo, he calls it the magic, well, he doesn't call it that specifically, he uses the term magic square, and I say that as in the things that you put in the square to create what you want on this plane. So you have a plan, an idea to want to build on reading better or whatever, for example, pick up some things you want to read or whatever, or put down a plan to read this and learn this specific skill, because 4 is a really I mean, I always get it at first, but when they do get it, it's locked in. It's not ever going nowhere, right? Will be the best person to go to for that subject, in that matter that they study. So when it comes to things you're building, this is a master number. Good time to build on any of the business ideas and things of that sort that you've been building on, or the studies that you've been trying to incorporate into your own thing, your own studies. Yeah, so for June 10th, is a 5-day. Influence energy is 23. 5-day is 5 is about expression, change, creativity. Things you've been feeding, right? On another level, because you are deciding to express that in creativity. So yeah, 23 is the things you've been feeding, and what it's been creating the surroundings, right? Have a possible space in this time period to work with those things, carve it a little bit, change it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to specifically carving or things of that sort, glass blowing, for example, try to even, the basics or whatever, and try to manipulate a little bit or change it into being something a little bit different, or express those in different ways, or create something different completely in that space instead. Try to think a different way, right? Create a different thought, and feed that thought. So yeah, that's June 10th, June 11th, right? For the last thing for this week is 6 is a 6 energy, which has to do with family. It's the same thing, so it's probably even making it more strong with the month, this month, right? because it's about family, habits, and familiar things, right? So the space that you created, right now, so it's the space that you created that you've been communing with. You are seeing them, the things that you're familiar with, right, in those spaces, not just the space you created, right? Influencing energies 24, things you've been feeding, and what you've built. Now you're reflecting on those. Now you can see those things, right? You just was able to change it. Now you're being able to see that, right? Being able to sculpt a person or being, or paint a person or being, draw them, and then sit back and be like, how did I do? You know, with me being in these schedules and these processes, things of that sort, how did I do? So yeah, the energy of the week. I appreciate y'all.